Hello everyone, how are you all? Once again, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Today I came back with such a wonderful topic: verbs, auxiliaries. What are the types of auxiliaries? How many primary auxiliaries are there in English language, and what are modal auxiliaries? What are verb forms and transitive verbs, intransitive verbs? So everything we are going to discuss in this video. So guys, watch it carefully, listen to the content carefully, and enjoy watching my videos. Verbs: a word which indicates an action or a position or a state of being. It is called a verb. This has to be remembered by everyone. A verb can play an important role in English language. A sentence cannot made without verb. Verb is very important. Here, to understand the definition of verb, simply we can say that a verb can show an action, a verb can show possession, a verb can show position of a noun. This is the simple definition of verb. Let us read the examples and understand. The first example, I play cricket. Here, which is the verb? Play. Play is the verb. Here, the verb play is showing an action. Second example, I have a computer. Here, which is the verb? Have. Have is the verb. Here, have is not showing an action, but it shows possession. Possession means కలిగి ఉండటం. I have a computer means నేను కంప్యూటర్ కలిగి ఉన్నాను అనే అర్థం వస్తుంది. థర్డ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, I am happy. Here which is the verb? Am. Am is the verb. Here am is not showing an action, is not showing possession, but here am is a verb which shows position of a noun and situation of a noun. Means am is giving information that subject is happy, the person is happy. Means situation, position of a noun. These are the examples of verb. The first one, verb shows an action. Action means physical movement. There must be physical movement. In the word play, we can understand there is physical movement. The second one, verb shows possession, kaligi undadam. The third one, a verb shows position of a noun, situation of a noun. I hope you got the answer. Notable points. Let us read the examples. The first example, he is a teacher. In this example, can you find the verb? Here the verb is. Second example, he is singing a song. In the sentence, can you find which are the verbs? Here there are two verbs in the second example, is and singing. There are two verbs in the sentence. In the first sentence, is a main verb. In the second sentence, is has become helping verb. Singing is the main verb in the second example. By that, what we came to know, helping verbs can act as main verbs, also can act as helping verbs in the sentences. Like in the first example, is acted as main verb. In the second example, is acted as helping verb. It is helping to the main verb, that is singing. Singing is the main verb in the second example. Next, I have a computer. Second example, I have bought a computer. Can you find the differences between two examples? In the first example, which is the main verb? Have. Have is the main verb in the first example. Means I have a computer means నేను కంప్యూటర్ కలిగి ఉన్నాను. Here verb is showing possession కలిగి ఉండడం. In the second example, I have bought a computer. Here have became helping verb to the main verb. Which is the main verb in the second example? Bought is the main verb. So in the first example, have acted as a main verb showing possession. In the second example, have acted as helping verb. Here have is helping to the main verb in the sentence. Main verb is bought. Don't be confused. In the first example, have is a main verb showing possession. In the second example, have only helping to the main verb, not showing possession. Okay. Auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are nothing but helping verbs. Auxiliary verbs can be classified into two auxiliaries. Number 1, primary auxiliaries. Number 2, modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries can also be classified into three forms: be forms, do forms, have forms. Be forms are am, is, are, was, were. Do forms are do, does, did. Have forms are has, have, had. Be forms are helping verbs. We already discussed them. Especially one thing we have to remember about be forms. Be forms are the helping verbs. They can act as helping verbs in most of the sentence, as well as they can act as main verb in some sentences. Do forms are also helping verbs. Mostly they are used to make negative statement, also to convert a statement into question. For example, I play cricket. This is a positive statement. If I want to make it negative, I will take the help of do form. I do not play cricket. Do I play cricket? This is a question. So in this way we use do forms to make negative statement as well as to ask a question. Another example, he plays cricket. To make it negative, he does not play cricket. To make it question, does he play cricket? Here does is used for the third person, he, she, it. Mostly do form will help to the main verb in the sentence. One more example, I played cricket. To make it negative statement, I did not play cricket. To make it question, did I play cricket? So did is used for past tense. And have forms we already discussed them. Modal auxiliaries, they are also helping verbs. They always act as helping verbs. They never act as main verb. This is important one. Remember this one. And what are modal auxiliaries? Modal auxiliaries are the words which expresses mood of the speaker. Mood means attitude of the speaker. For example, I can swim. Here can is a modal verb. Can is used to express ability. I can swim means swimming is my ability. If I say he should stop smoking, here should is a modal verb. Should is used to express suggestion. Modal auxiliaries are 13. Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, used to, need to, dare to. These are 13 modal auxiliaries. Previously we discussed primary auxiliaries. They are 11. By the total auxiliaries, 11 plus 13, 24. There are totally 24 auxiliaries are there in English grammar. I will make separate video for modal auxiliaries in which I will be discussing in detail about modal auxiliaries. Okay friends? Forms of verbs. Mainly forms of verbs are classified into three forms. Base form. Base form is nothing but V1, past participle. Addition to that, two more forms are also classified under forms of verbs, yes, es forms, ing forms. అంటే ఫార్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్బ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? బేసిక్గా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలంటే ఒక వర్బ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ను బట్టి చేంజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. దాన్నే ఫార్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్బ్స్ అంటాం. ఏ వర్బ్ ఈజ్ కెప్ట్ చేంజింగ్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ సబ్జెక్ట్. ఐ విల్ గివ్ సమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ సో దట్ ఇట్ విల్ మేక్ క్లియర్. ఒక వర్బ్ తీసుకోండి, ఈట్ అనే ఒక వర్బ్ తీసుకోండి. ఈట్ అనే వర్బ్ ముందర నేను సబ్జెక్ట్ ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ ఐ అని యూస్ చేస్తే ఐ ఈట్ అని వస్తుంది. అదే థర్డ్ పర్సన్ సింగులర్ హీ షీ ఇట్ తీసుకుంటే ఈట్స్గా మారిపోతుంది. అలాగే పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడితే ఈట్ అనే వర్బ్ ఏట్ చేంజ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఐ ఏట్, హీ ఏట్. అలాగే కంటిన్యూ యాక్షన్ గురించి మాట్లాడంటే ఆ ఈట్ అనే వర్బ్ ఈటింగ్గా మారిపోతుంది. అలాగే పాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపుల్ గురించి మాట్లాడంటే హ్యావ్ ఈటెన్, హ్యాజ్ ఈటెన్ అలా మారిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. అంటే ఏ వర్బ్ ఈజ్ కెప్ట్ చేంజింగ్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ది సబ్జెక్ట్. I will give examples based on the order of verb forms. I eat an apple, I ate an apple, I have eaten an apple, he eats an apple, she is eating an apple. Hope you got the answer. Look at the picture. అంటే టోటల్గా ఫార్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్బ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉంటాయంటే దెర్ ఆర్ 5 వర్బ్ ఫార్మ్స్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ గ్రామర్. ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ సింపుల్ ఫామ్. సింపుల్ ఫామ్ అంటే బేస్ ఫామ్ అండి, V1. ఫామ్ ప్లూరల్, ఎస్ ఫామ్ ప్లూరల్ అంటే ఎస్ ఆర్ ఈఎస్ అంటే సబ్జెక్ట్ థర్డ్ పర్సన్ సింగులర్ వస్తే ఎస్ యాడ్ చేస్తాం వర్బ్కి. హెల్ప్స్. నెక్స్ట్ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ హెల్ప్డ్. పాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపుల్ helped, V3. ing form helping. These are the 5 forms of verbs. Help V1, helps yes add chestam, V2 helped, V3 helped and V4 అంటే ing form helping. ఇక్కడ మీరు గమనిస్తే రెగ్యులర్ వర్బ్స్, ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ వర్బ్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి చూడండి. రెగ్యులర్ వర్బ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? సింపుల్, దే విల్ టేక్ ఈడీ అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద వర్బ్. హెల్ప్, హెల్ప్డ్, హెల్ప్డ్. Irregular verbs అంటే they don't take ed at the end of the word. They kept changing, అది మారుతూ ఉంటాయి. Cut, cut, cut. Bring, brought, brought. Run, ran, run. Fall, fell, fallen. So irregular verbs kept changing, whereas regular verbs will take ed at the end of the verb. Transitive verbs are the verbs which always takes an object. Transitive verb will not give complete meaning without object. What is object? Object will receive an action from the subject. Here some examples are there. Let us read. I carry, he makes, she takes, I kicked, they give. If you observe these examples, you can't find object in those examples, so they are not giving complete sense. To give complete sense, transitive verbs takes object. If you read these examples, a question will be raised. I carry, what do I carry? He makes, what does he make? She takes, what does she take? I kicked, whom did I kick? They give, what did they give? So they are not giving complete meaning. To give complete meaning, they need object. Now you will get answers with the help of object. I carry my school bag. He makes cake. She takes medicine. I kick football. They gave food. So by adding objects, transitive verbs will give complete sense. Intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs are totally opposite of transitive verbs. Transitive verbs will require an object to give full sense, whereas intransitive verbs will not require any object to give full sense. Read the examples. Ravi slept అంటే రవి నిద్రపోయినాడు. సో దేర్ ఈజ్ నో మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ విల్ బి అరైజ్డ్. It is giving complete sense without using an object. Sita cried. Sita ఏడ్చింది. He ran away. అతను పరిగెత్తినాడు, దూరం పరిగెత్తినాడు. హియర్ అవే ఈజ్ నాట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, సో యూ డోంట్ బీ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్. అవే అంటే ఆ క్రియ గురించి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చేదే అవే. సో అవే ఈజ్ నాట్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. షీ లాఫ్డ్. తను నవ్వింది. ఎవరీ సింగిల్ పర్సన్ ఓటెడ్ అంటే అందరూ ఓట్ వేసినారు. By observing these examples, you might have guessed that objects are not used at the end of the sentences. By that, what we came to know, transitive verbs will require an object to give complete meaning, whereas intransitive verbs will not require any object to give complete meaning. Intransitive verbs will give complete meaning without object. Before going to close the session, we will rewind what we discussed in this session. We discussed verbs, auxiliaries, primary auxiliaries, modal auxiliaries, verb forms, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Keep watching my videos and keep learning, keep recalling your knowledge, and please like, share and subscribe my channel so that you will get more videos on your YouTube. Thank you.